Today, we're going to be talking about all of the Women Loving Women shows we can expect this month in September. At the end, I'm also going to be discussing some of the most anticipated Women Loving Women and lesbian shows that are coming out over the next few months so that you can all mark your calendars for the L Word Generation Q and some other great shows. So let's get right into it. Coming out on Netflix this month is the new movie Do Revenge. It stars Maya Hawke and Camila Mendes.
I wish we could hire people to take them down.
We should team up and do each other's revenge. Don't you want to make her pay?
I don't want to make her pay. I want to burn her to the ground.
Whoa. You're giving off some serious Glenn Close and Fatal Attraction energy.
Glenergy. Are you in therapy?
God, no. Why?
Cool.
It seems to be a Netflix and colorful take on the 1951 movie Strangers on a Train. Camila's character wants revenge over her ex-boyfriend for releasing a certain home movie, and Maya Hawke's character wants revenge on a girl that accused her wrongfully of holding her down and assaulting her. So both characters decide that they will do each other's revenge as to not get caught. The movie looks like a fun take. It's a Netflix movie. It's not going to be too serious and change the world, but I'm always going to try and lend some support to any movie that has a women loving women character in a lead role. So you can expect Do Revenge on Netflix this month on September 16th. If you haven't seen The Handmaid's Tale, what are you doing? Catch up on it right now before the show comes back this month. The Handmaid's Tale has been one of the most successful shows in recent years, and the first thing to say if you haven't seen it is a lot. I'm not going to get too much into spoilers, and it is super complicated given that it's going into its 5th season, but basically the show takes place in the future where the United States has fallen and the country of Gilead has risen in its place. Gilead is not good for women and even worse for women loving women. So the show is, again, it's a lot, but it is a worthy watch. It mostly follows the character of June, played by Elizabeth Moss, and June has her daughter taken away from her and is forced to be the handmaid of Fred, a government official, and his wife, Serena Joy.
He took away our country. He had to pay for what he did.
I killed him.
And I loved him so much.
June's best friend Moira is a lesbian and also one of her closest friends within Gilead, Emily. I don't want to give any spoilers away, so I will leave it there. But also a worthy note is that our bestie L Word creator Eileen Chaikin is also an executive producer. So do with that information what you will.
I pray for our children. May they live a life without all of this hate. Dear God, may they do better than we did.
The Handmaid's Tale comes back to Hulu on September 14th. Dos Estaciones is a new movie that is coming out to a lot of critical acclaim. It got positive reviews at Sundance and also at Outfest. It follows the character of Maria Garcia, who is the owner of one of the most majestic tequila factories and one of the last factories not owned by foreign corporations. After a persistent plague and unexpected flood threaten her business, Maria does everything she can to save it. Maria also is in a women loving women relationship in the movie, so I'm sure that's why a lot of my audience would be checking it out, but it does look like a really great film, and just even some of the trailer shots are really gorgeous. I'm definitely going to be checking it out when I'm in the US this month, and it comes out in theaters on September 9th. Monarch is a new show that was supposed to be out in January this year, but it was postponed due to what I'm sure you can imagine it was postponed for, so we are seeing it this fall instead. Susan Sarandon plays Dottie Roman, who is the queen of country music alongside her husband, the king of country music. The Romans have created a country music dynasty, but even though the Roman name is synonymous with authenticity, the very foundation of the family's success is a lie. When their reign as country royalty is put in jeopardy, heir to the crown, Nikki Roman will stop at nothing to protect her family's legacy, while ensuring her own quest of stardom alongside her brother Luke and her sister Gigi. Apparently there's going to be a decent amount of women loving women content in this show. It is very country heavy, so if you enjoy country music and that sort of thing, I'm sure that you'll enjoy this show. I really like Susan Sarandon, but we'll see what this show's like. It could just be a cheesy Fox show, so we'll see what happens when the show comes out on September 11th. One other show I briefly wanted to mention is one of the shows I mentioned in my last video for August, and that is the Sandman LGBTQ. I've only watched the first episode. I'm not super into it, but it's not awful by any means, and there's a lot of real positive buzz. I wanted to briefly talk about some of the most anticipated shows for fall, because these shows either are women loving women shows or there are heavy focus in it. So we do have Grey's Anatomy and Station 19 both returning from their big summer hiatus, and unbelievably, Grey's Anatomy is going into its 19th season. I started watching that show when I was in high school, and it is the most consistent thing in my life. So we'll be seeing what happened with Kai and Amelia in season 19. And as I said, it's returning in its usual time slot on October 6th. And then Station 19 is premiering its 6th season, and we'll be seeing what happens with Maya and Karina when that show returns to its usual 8 o'clock time slot as well. And then in November, we are getting my two absolute favorite shows. I'm so excited about both of them returning, and we're getting them together. So November is going to be a whirlwind. Of course, we are getting the L Word Generation Q season 3 returning on November 18th. We did get a little promotion for the show, which is really nice to see because they never put something out this early. The promo did only contain stuff from season 2 because they are only just at the halfway point of filming. And if you guys have never worked in that sort of industry, they can't just film something like I can today and just boom, put it up, you know, in a promo. It just doesn't work like that. Like, these things have to go through revisions and checks and editing, and, you know, they have to be ticked by the showrunner, producer, directors, like executive producers, Showtime executives. It's not like an easy thing like a YouTuber or something. So I'm just really happy to see they're doing something other than just one promo, one trailer, which we got with season 2. So I think this is boding really well for us. And then the other show that's returning in November is Dead to Me.
Sorry, Judy, not everything is a Disney movie's about to start fucking castles and fucking sparkle time, okay?
I've been waiting so long for season 3, and we don't have an absolute date yet. They just said November, and I'm sure it'll be like the past 2 seasons where they release it all at once. So that will be a good day whenever they release that. So those are everything that you can expect in September, and a little tease of what's coming in October and November. Make sure you follow me on social media and check out my second channel, Coffee and Cults, where I talk about fraud and crime and cults. And as always, make sure to stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.